to racism. The latest figures show the rate of inflation confounding the predictions of the central bank. A judge severely criticises Gardaí for lack of action on an incest complaint. And the returning officer adjourns discussions at the Dublin South East count. Good evening and welcome. President Robinson has appealed to Irish people to be true to our history and to stand up to the racism which, she said, was growing here as well as in other countries. The President speaking at a conference in Dublin on the issue of refugees and asylum seekers here. Referring to her appointment as UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, President Robinson said she faced a daunting but challenging task which would require courage and the ability to listen.
It seemed appropriate that the President's first public function after the announcement of her forthcoming appointment should be about a subject close to her heart and her new responsibilities, the issue of refugees. Although the President said she had not intended to comment about her UN appointment, further than the statement released by her office last night, she said that in view of the theme of today's conference, she would speak publicly about it just once.
I am greatly honoured at the trust placed in me by the Secretary-General of the United Nations. It is a daunting task to take on the principal responsibility for human rights on behalf of the United Nations. I am aware that I will need a great deal of help and support, and I would hope to keep very closely in touch with those who work at the coalface, and many NGOs who work in the area of human rights. I have already received great support of a very practical kind from the Irish government, from the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach. I'm aware that the task will be a particularly challenging one. There will be a need to be a bridge between developing countries and the developed world. There will be a need to listen. There will be a need to stand up at times with courage. And I will make one commitment, and that is that I will do my utmost to fulfil the trust and responsibility when the time comes.
And although her new role will be to ensure equality and justice across the world, today the President was looking at human rights issues closer to home. She spoke of the plight of refugees seeking asylum in Ireland and warned of the dangers of racism.
Sadly, racism is rearing its ugly head in so many countries, and indeed here in Ireland we see some elements of a kind of new challenge and response, which, if we are not very careful, could lead to an emerging racism which would be so contrary to our own life story as a people, our own history, our own traditions. And I believe, therefore, that it is extremely important that all who hold public positions and the media have a very rounded and therefore complex approach to asylum seekers and to refugees.
But whatever new responsibilities lie ahead for the President, this afternoon it was business as usual, hosting a garden party at Aras an Uachtaráin for senior citizens, who were eager to convey their congratulations to the President and thanks for a job well done.
Inflation here is running at just